Soccer, youth soccer, and everything in between. I'm your host, Craig Hearn. All right, lots to get to today, guys. As usual, every week we have a jam-packed show. We have a lot coming up. What do we have on today's show, you ask? All right, U.S. men's national team win the Gold Cup. U.S. women's national team win bronze medal at the Olympics. Jack Grealish goes to Man City. And it's getting messy, if you know what I mean. We also today have D1 college coach Eric Pogue from Oakland University stopping by to chat. And Star Man from Detroit City FC comes on the show to tell us about the season and the upcoming season for him in Nice. It's another jam-packed edition of We Are Soccer, folks. Let's get ready to roll. Big thank you right off the bat to some of our friends who've supported us from day one here at We Are Soccer. Detroit City FC, Michigan Jaguars, Tim Merritt with Ross Mortgage, Superior Family Dental, and Next Level Training. Thank you, friends. Appreciate the support. I know you guys are watching, so big love back to you guys. All right, so folks, I can't afford to pay this man, so please, when you see him in the street, be sure to throw coins at him. It's the only way he's going to get paid. He's becoming a bit of the norm, a bit of a piece of the furniture on the show. Please let's welcome back Nate to the show. What the hell are you wearing a cowboy hat for, man? You're going to have to explain what's going on here, Nate.
It's my thing. I'm a hat man now.
You're a hat man now,
Yeah, it's, you know, you go to Austin, Texas, and you become a hat man. It's just your identity. It's how I live. But
You've got a cowboy hat on. You got an Austin FC jersey on. You've also got the cup as well. All right, go ahead and give us an explanation of what's going on here, buddy.
Well, a couple years back, when Austin first announced their name, my younger brother actually lives in Texas, and he was moving to Austin. I was like, let's go to a game. We'll fast forward. And sure enough, went down to visit them and caught an Austin FC match in their brand new stadium. For those who know me on Facebook, they've seen the pictures and stuff. Parlayed that magically into a Gold Cup match, too. Didn't even realize there was one down there until, well, we bought the Austin tickets first. We waited on the Gold Cup matches because you never know. Then also somehow ran into the Qatar team, like coming out of the hotel. So it was a rather soccer extravaganza on just actually celebrating the anniversary with my wife and visiting my brother down in Austin.
Shout out to your wife there for letting you do all that soccer stuff on your anniversary. So sounds like a hell of a trip. And you came away being a hat man.
It was, and it was crowd was awesome there. 20,000. Yeah. I would say only hot tip for the Austin FC fans. You gotta make your chance just a little bit more simple. Like DCFC, great job. I show up, hit it in stride. You know the song Cops, the TV show? My little brother put it best. Everyone knows, bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? But then there's that middle part that nobody knows, and everyone just goes, yeah, but
that's like the Austin thing?
Yeah, because you're good. You know, they had the area code in Spanish. I was like, saying it, bam, 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 and then there's this middle part, and you could feel the audience just go, yeah, and just like hum it. So you got to make it a little bit more simple for the easy folk out there like me and the fans is showing up. But fantastic group of fans, actually. It was I'd say probably one of the better supporters.
Looks like a hell of an atmosphere.
Yeah, it was better supporters there in Austin. It's amazing what they've done in a short time.
Yes,
great
excellent
stadium.
Stuff. Well, I'm glad you had fun. Welcome back to Detroit, Michigan, where not a lot of people. Okay, we're the cowboy hat. You're good. You do whatever you need to do.
A little bit.
All right. Quick shout out, 2 shout outs to start off today. We got a happy birthday to Jags player Bradley Newton. We had one of our special guests, friends of the show, ask for that shout out. So happy birthday, Bradley. Also, shout out to Jags coach Dan Diak, who this past week earned his USSFA A coaching license. I know Dan, he's a very good friend of mine. His teams are phenomenal that he coaches, and Dan has done a phenomenal job. So Dan, congratulations. Big shout out to you on the A coaching license. Well done, my friend. All right, guys, let's jump in. We got a ton of soccer. We're going to jump into World Soccer News, which is brought to you by Tim Merritt and Ross Mortgage. If you're looking for a new mortgage or you're looking to refinance, give Tim Merritt at Ross Mortgage a call. I actually just spoke to him yesterday about refinancing. Super knowledgeable dude. We spent half the time talking about my refinances and the other half talking about what else but soccer. All right, so we'll quickly skip through some of these. The U.S. men's national team won the Gold Cup. We all know that it wasn't quite the A team. We had a lot of MLS and we'll call them B team players who are playing within this squad. I think the goal was accomplished for Greg Berhalter, whether they won the Gold Cup or not. Just getting to the final is a big accomplishment there. He got to see a lot of those not starters, we'll call them, play. I think we all learned a lot about a lot of those players. And another victory over Mexico. I mean, that's your biggest rival right there. Another big victory. So we've got 2 this summer. USA defeats Mexico again. Well done to Greg Berhalter and that team. We probably, Nate, should do a segment at some point later in the week or two on the U.S. men's national team and some of the players that were featured for this Gold Cup squad.
Yeah, phenomenal. And I'm a Berhalter fan now.
Yeah,
Full on. Sold.
Yeah, I mean, he has done a phenomenal job.
Sold. And I was in the beginning.
Right.
I totally was skeptical of the guy. I didn't like how he was hired. I thought he was outcoached by Canada once. I think he still has a little ways to go with tactics maybe, but I think he'll learn. I love what he's doing.
Yeah, I agree.
Love what he's
Same. U.S. women's national team win bronze medal. I don't know about you, but actually I do know. I don't have words in your mouth, but we talked about this beforehand before the Olympics started. We all expected them to win gold. They were the #1 team in the world. They were expected to win gold. They didn't. They barely won the bronze. They barely got out of the group, to be honest. It was a poor showing. There's a lot of things we could talk about here. A lot of the older type players, the senior players there. What do you think?
I think this is the turning point now for the organization.
Yep.
This is kind of what I was talking about, I think, weeks ago. Rest of the world is investing. Rest of the world's getting better. There's leagues around the world that are becoming much stronger because the money's being put in there, because FIFA's putting more money in this now. And this is the turning point, so we'll see what they do. You're going to either adapt or you're going to die. And this is the time, and hopefully this is the wake-up call before the Women's World Cup for them to start adapting and making corrections there, bringing on the new players, bringing on the younger players, changing things up. Hopefully they can do that. Hopefully they're, the people in charge are allowed to do that. We'll see. Yeah,
we'll definitely see if there's changes. There has to be changes. I mean, you've got Carly Lloyd, who's 39 years old. You've got Megan Rapinoe, who I believe is 36. Alex Morgan seems to have lost a little bit of her speed. There are players on this squad that this needs to be their swan song. This needs to be the, hey, thanks for getting us here. Appreciate everything you've done. We've got better younger players, so we need to get into the squad and we need to get them playing, get them experience now. The World Cup, coming up in a couple of years, we got to get these younger players integrated and playing. One of the people I love to refer to is Aaron Bird at Next Level Training. He knows so many of these women's national team players and the younger ones who are coming up and what they're best at. He keeps telling me, and then I watch and I see what he's talking about. The guy knows what he's talking about, and it's phenomenal to watch these younger players, how better they are compared to where the senior team is and was 10 years ago, right? So I think you get these younger players in now, you're going to see the benefit in a couple of years, but you got to do it now. And I understand the U.S. women's national team won 4-3 against Australia in that final, with Carly Lloyd scoring 2, Megan Rapinoe scoring 2. But
that's nice. Was that their goal?
No.
Okay.
I agree. I completely agree. Do you, Nate, do you think they should give obviously it's a bit of a failure.
Yeah.
Should the coach continue on? Should they let him build this, or is it time for someone new?
I think he should. I don't think he's had enough time, and I question how that roster, whether the pressure of bringing in some of those marquee players, if you will, the names, if he was pressured in taking some of those players. I don't know. Obviously, I don't have any inside information or routes there. But I think you got to let the guy do what you paid him to do. And if he has a phenomenal record going into this thing, and I think that warrants him to stay a while longer.
I agree. They got to keep a hold of him and let him build it out properly.
Yep.
So kind of a poor showing from our U.S. women's national team there. Can only get better, I would say.
Hopefully. Or it could get worse. And that's what I mean. Adapt or die.
I think the only way it gets worse is if
you don't learn from your mistakes, it gets worse.
Yep.
So adapt or die.
They're better than that, so I think it'll be all right. All right.
Hopefully.
Let's move on to other world soccer news. There's a lot of soccer news that's come up in the past week and a half here. This other world soccer news brought to you by Superior Family Dental. 2 locations in the Metro Detroit area. They are the official Detroit Red Wings dentist. If you're looking for a dentist, check out Superior Family Dental. All right, let's start with Messi. Messi in Barcelona. Big news broke about 2 days ago now. Barcelona they're in such financial dire straits right now that they can't even sign their best player. They thought they had a deal in place with Messi, a new 5-year deal that both parties had agreed upon, I believe it was about a month ago, and now no more. It can't happen. They have said they're blaming La Liga. Honestly, I don't know how Barcelona can blame La Liga when the finances are wildly out of control there at their club. So it's their own fault. Messi is now looking for a new club. Nate, I know who you think Messi will end up with, and I think we'll let
Austin FC.
Yeah.
Tacos are great down there, bro.
I'm sure they are. That's what he wants to go for.
Barbecue's good.
I think, and the rumors are PSG or Man City. Man City, I believe, offered 2 years at Manchester City and then 1 year at NYFC. Obviously, those two are connected. Messi, from the rumors, has turned that down, and he is in Paris at the moment, looking to sign with PSG. He's got friends there. It's a big club in a little pond. They play in Ligue 1 for those who don't know.
Sacré bleu.
Yeah. And yes, they will skirt through the league. They'll win that very easily with the team they have. That doesn't concern Messi. He wants to have another Champions League. He wants to get to the Champions League. He wants another Champions League title. So that's why I feel he will sign there. Nate, why don't you go ahead and tell us where you think Messi might end up?
There was a deal in place to already sign Messi, correct?
There was.
Right. And
5 years?
Yep. And all parties were agreed, right?
Yep.
And then all of a sudden that deal is now gone, correct?
Correct.
Okay, weird. 2 weeks ago, a $3.2 billion investment firm actually threw $3.2 billion into La Liga, by the way, 2 weeks ago. And honestly, La Liga could make all this go away if they wanted to. This is not FIFA. This is La Liga's rules. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't really know anything. I'm just kind of putting pieces together. But if I'm in financial trouble, which we can all agree they are, if I have massive issues to signing players and need something to go away, what is my only chip that I have? And this kind of smells, I feel like it would have been done earlier before agreement would have been in place if they were really looking to go away. It kind of smells like Barcelona playing chicken with nothing to lose. Because if Messi walks, what'd they lose? Nothing.
Nothing, because they can't sign him at the moment, right?
On the other side, if he stays because the Liga bends and breaks because this investment firm went, now our star marquee player is gone, we just threw billions of dollars into your league, and now what?
I mean, it's a...
Like, who do they market now?
That's a hell of a bargaining chip. It's a hell of a chance you're taking.
What do you have to lose if you're Barcelona?
I mean, I agree. They can't sign him.
You're already out, so what do you have to lose? I mean, I could be totally wrong. Yeah, that's what makes this fun. And you know what? If I am, I am. I was right on something else, though.
We'll get to that in a minute. One of the other items, the blowback here from Messi and Barcelona is Barcelona convinced Sergio Aguero to join Barcelona with the promise that he would get to play with one of his best friends, Lionel Messi. Now, with Lionel Messi not there, Aguero is getting very upset. Mm-hmm. And the rumors are that he's asked his management team to try to find a loophole in the contract he signed with Barcelona. He's already been asked to take a pay cut. He's taken a pay cut after signing a contract. Hasn't played a game yet for them. Taking a pay cut, and now he's looking for a loophole to get out. Barcelona in a world of trouble right now. La Liga's been a two-horse race for years.
I think La Liga's in trouble right now.
I think
who are you going to
yes.
market for your league?
There's no star players. I mean, Karim Benzema for Real Madrid is older and not exactly a star player. Sergio Ramos for Real Madrid is now gone. You've got Griezmann at Barcelona, but Barcelona have been trying to. They've offered him to every team under the sun to get rid of him this year. Ousmane Dembele,
Sergio Dest.
I mean, he's quickly becoming the lead man of Barcelona. Whoever would have thought that?
Yes.
Barcelona's in a world of trouble, and La Liga is in a world of trouble here. I think you did say something that really people should listen to.
If I'm negotiating, I got nothing to lose. Let's do it.
But that agreed. But if La Liga secede to this and they come back to Barcelona and they bend the rules to allow Messi to play, we will all know who's in charge in La Liga.
That's never happened before, ever.
Laporte.
Neymar, PSG.
Yeah.
Sorry, something in my throat. Really dry in here.
But you will see that La Liga is they're gonna do something here because they lost their star man, as you said. Now, don't forget, a couple of months ago, the Super League tried to fire up, and this was going to be run by Barcelona. Barcelona are having so many issues in their own house. The Super League, I'm sure, would have lasted forever.
Well, they have no stars for the Super League now.
Exactly. All right. The Messi thing, we'll keep tabs on it, but I fully expect in the next couple of days Messi to sign with PSG. 2-3 year deal there. We'll see. We'll see if La Liga bends and he gets back into Barcelona's team. The other big news that happened this week, I really don't want to talk about it, but Jack Grealish has officially moved from my beloved Aston Villa over to the blue half of Manchester. He is now at Manchester City in a record transfer fee of £100 million. That's $139 million from Aston Villa to Man City. Aston Villa chairman Christian Purslow came out this week and said, put out a very nice video to the Villa fans and said, listen, we wanted him. We wanted to keep him. Last year, he signed a brand new contract with us. The only stipulation was in the contract that everybody agreed to was a $100 million buyout clause. So if a team, £100 million buyout clause from a Champions League team. So if at any point in Jack Grealish's career in that contract that he'd signed, a Champions League team came in and triggered that clause of £100 million, Jack Grealish would have the option to say go or stay. Unfortunately, he picked go. He wants to win Champions League titles. He wants to win trophies at the highest level now. Aston Villa are not in the Champions League this season, so Aston Villa have lost their star man. Kind of a sad day, sad week for us Villa fans. I got more to say on this, but I'll let you have your say if you'd like, Nate.
I mean, as a Munich fan or a Bundesliga fan, this makes me really happy that EPL is becoming a one-league team. So that way everyone tells me that I shouldn't watch the Bundesliga because there's only one team. I can go, yeah, what about City there? It's, I don't want to say told you so. I don't want it to bleed your ears out. But it's hard. If you're a player, you have aspirations. Like I said, it's... how do you turn it down? You know what I mean? How do you turn that down?
And he's 26. Yeah. He's one of the best players in the world.
Every time a player walks out on the field, it could be his last.
Yeah, absolutely. And
bad tackle.
Yeah.
Anything happens, you're done.
And one thing I would like to say is I've had a lot of people this week ask me, hey, you love Jack Grealish, you're a big fan. Will you now become a Manchester City fan? No, not even
Can't
close.
do that.
So you can see the jersey I'm wearing today. This jersey was worn by Aston Villa back in the 1981-82 season when we were the champions of Europe, right? The old Champions League. We won that. Jack Grealish wasn't even born at that point. Okay? This is about 13 years before he was born. You don't follow players, you follow clubs. So it wasn't Jack Grealish FC, it's Aston Villa FC. All right? So that's one of the things that annoys me about American sports and fans here. They follow players around, right? Tom Brady jumps from New England to Tampa Bay, and all of a sudden Tampa Bay have this huge influx of fans now. No, you can't do that, because guess what? When Tom Brady leaves Tampa Bay and moves into the senior living home, who's your favorite team going to be? The assisted senior living football team? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. So you stick with your team. Aston Villa, my club. They will continue to be my club. They are going to be absolutely fine. Yes, we just got £100 million. We've already purchased 3 or 4 players. We're in the market for 2 or 3 more players. We are going to be absolutely fine. I made bets this summer with people that said Aston Villa are going to finish higher in the league than I believe Leeds.
Probably.
And Stuttgart.
They're
in
winning
the
the league?
Bundesliga.
Because Stuttgart's winning the league.
I don't think Villa are going to win the league. I know who's going to win the league. But I'm going to hold to those bets because I still believe it. Aston Villa are going to be fine. They've brought in some great young players. They are going to be just fine. Again, 1982, we were champions of Europe. We have had ups and downs. Jack Grealish gave us a lot of good memories. He got us promoted. He got us notoriety. He's a brilliant player, fun player. He was a homegrown player. But no one is bigger than the club. So there we go, my friends. Don't you worry. Aston Villa is going to be just fine.
Well, and mark my words, Leon Bailey is going to be a stud.
Yep.
Actually, when Pulisic went to Chelsea, I was like, Bailey's the better player in that league, and he's going to be good.
Bailey's going to be a good player. Bunandia's going to be a good player. Yep. We just signed Danny Ings out of nowhere. Danny Ings.
No, he played in the EPL.
Yes. So, anyway, you know, it is what it is.
But can I have 5 seconds? Do you want to hear the 5 seconds of...
Yeah, sure. Okay, so am I putting these on?
Those are noise-canceling headphones, so you
Okay.
don't have to hear about 5 seconds of Nate gloating.
Oh,
I
get 5 seconds.
Got it. 5 seconds.
You get
okay.
5 seconds.
Okay.
All right, you can go ahead.
I called it, bitches. I called it. I called it. I told you. I told you. All you that were like, oh, you don't know who he is. I was right.
I hope you had fun with that.
I did.
have no idea what you said.
Good.
But,
it would have damaged our friendship.
Onwards, onwards. All right, some other quick news to get to. A lot of rumors going on. Now that one of the big dominoes has fallen with Jack Grealish, where did a lot of the other dominoes fall? Harry Kane, he might be out of luck. It doesn't look like he did not have a trigger in his contract, so no buyout clause there that anybody could trigger. He's probably regretting having his brother as his agent at this point. Romelu Lukaku, Chelsea have put in 2 bids to Inter Milan for Romelu Lukaku. One was 100 million euros, the other is in excess of 120 million. It looks like Romelu Lukaku has asked to leave Inter, and he might be heading over to Chelsea.
Where the hell is this money coming from? You know, like I
I
thought Barcelona was one of the most wealthiest clubs in the world, next to Madrid, and then I think United. Honestly, in that order, somewhere there, and all of a sudden it's FIFA financial fair play working in its favor. I guess
financial fair play is just absolutely crap. I think we all know this.
And a bit of irony because City's still in a legal battle. Wouldn't it be funny if Grealish couldn't play this year? Anyways.
Oh God. I'm very upset that he's moved, but I would hate to see him have to sit out a year because of this. I do want to touch upon something you did say there, Nate. Manchester City are in a 2-year-long legal battle with the English Premier League. 2 years. It's only just come out in the past couple of weeks how in-depth this is going, how deep it goes. The EPL have asked to see a lot of their financial statements. Man City have had it blocked. They've gone back to court to have it blocked. It's now come out that the reporters are going to be able to dig into a lot of this through the legal system in England. So, financial fair play, I got to be honest, is crap. These teams have found a way to skirt around it. Now, a team like Chelsea, they just won the Champions League, so there's an influx of money there. They've got a stadium of 60,000 they sell out every week. With the Champions League, they got a lot of earnings. They sell a lot of jerseys. There's a lot of money that comes in. I don't quite think there's 120 million euros coming in from that win.
So they sold out their stadiums in 2020?
Well, agreed. Understood. I believe there has been a little bit of a lax or some leniency with that, but agreed. Financial fair play needs to stand up here and needs to really get in line, because it's not good enough when a team like Man City can pay £100 million for Jack Grealish and still put in offers of £100 million for Harry Kane. Where is all this money coming from?
Well, I think we know where it's coming from, and it's not fair play.
Right. It's not fair. Bundesliga starts next week.
Woo, baby!
English Premier League starts next week.
Woo, baby!
Guys, it's just...
And MLS is going! Yeah!
And MLS is in full stride. The European leagues are all starting up next week. Can you believe it? I mean, it just feels like we just finished the Euros. Obviously, the Gold Cup was going on. The Olympics are just finishing today. We've had soccer non-stop.
So much soccer, it hurts.
So much soccer, it hurts. So much soccer that it's life-consuming in a good way.
So much soccer, your family's mad at you.
Nate and I are going to have to fire back up the Bundesliga chat time, so you guys can look forward to that coming up on a weekly basis.
Hey.
Yeah, that's a good piece. The Community Shield is today, and I believe also the German Super Cup is this weekend.
Next weekend.
Next weekend,
yeah,
okay.
So, yeah.
So a lot of people ask me all the time, what is the Community Shield? So I want to kind of do a quick, I'll read from it so it's official and you know what the Community Shield is. You ready? Mm-hmm. All right. The Community Shield is the first match of the season and officially is the kickoff to the new English Premier League season. It's held at Wembley Stadium between the champions of the previous Premier League season, which is Man City, and the holders of the FA Cup, Leicester City. Leicester City beat Man City in the FA Cup. So today's Community Shield is Man City versus Leicester City at 12 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Should be a good game. I do not believe Jack Grealish will be in the squad for that. Just an FYI.
And the Super Cup is similar to that. But it's a holder. The German Cup versus the Winter League, which is going to be Munich versus Dortmund in a few weeks here. So similar thing, similar concepts. One's a cup, one's a plate.
Yep.
Outside of that.
So the leagues are kicking off, and there's going to be just lots more soccer. So you can expect a lot more from We Are Soccer, because here we go, folks.
Here we go.
All right. That'll do it for our World Soccer News. We probably could have spent hours and hours and hours going down that trail, but we've got a lot of other things to get to. Don't forget, guys, we've got Coach Eric Pogue from Oakland University stopping by to chat with us. And then we've got Starman Pato from DCFC stopping by to chat about the upcoming fall season for Detroit City. Before we get to that, we want to chat about the youth soccer here in Metro Detroit. This is sponsored by our good friends, Michigan Jaguars. Michigan Jags, one of my favorite clubs. Family, fun, friendly environment, some great coaches. As you heard us talk about earlier, congratulations to Coach Diak, who now is a holder of the USSF-A coaching license. That's a big accomplishment for those of you who don't know. So, with youth soccer officially firing back up this week and kids return to their teams, I wanted to put out a quick note. Kids, just remember, you're going to be going to practice 2 or 3 times a week with your team. There's a lot of other days in the week you could be playing soccer. There's a big reason that a lot of these other countries in the world are ahead of us in soccer, is because the kids don't just wait for practice in order to play soccer. They play soccer on the playground. They play soccer after school. They play soccer everywhere they go, all right? So play soccer even when you're not at practice with your teams. Understood? It'll help. Trust me. You'll get into it. You'll be better at it. Adam, if you could, sir, do you think you could play the, can you play the Soccer Rebellion video that we have on tap?
Register today at thesoccerrebellion.com. And please drink responsibly.
All right, so if you saw before the next level training video there, we had a Soccer Rebellion video. That is by my good friend Michael Dublis. That is a soccer, kind of a street soccer type tournament that's going on. He's doing a takeover tour. They're going to be visiting 4 cities here in August: Milwaukee, Chicago, Grand Rapids, and Detroit. If you guys are in the Metro Detroit area and you're looking to play some street soccer, I believe it is August 23rd. It's a Sunday. Get up, sign up. thesoccerrebelliontour.com. Thesoccerrebellion.com. Nate, you may have to put a team in for that.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Do they have the old Hurt Guy League? Because if they have the old Hurt Guy League,
Then we
would definitely second to last.
Yeah, I don't think we'd win it, but just as long as we didn't finish last and be in it. Let's go with that.
Everyone knows it's about how you look anyways.
Right. So if you guys want to check out thesoccerrebellion.com, go ahead, sign up. I believe there's cash prizes for winning that the tournament as well in the individual cities. Should be fun. I'm actually going to be doing an interview with Michael, the founder of the Soccer Rebellion, later this week. So you can find that on all the We Are Soccer social channels. All right, onwards. As you can see, we've had, as you know, I like to do costume changes, and this is awesome. We got a new little piece of gear here. I love this. I am not an Oakland Grizzly. I am a Spartan, but I do love soccer stuff and soccer gear. So we have Coach Eric Pogue with us here today. Coach, thank you very much for joining.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. All right, so let's talk about the upcoming season for the men's team here. It's obviously last season was a little bit different. The pandemic kind of, ruined a lot of the season, just kind of put a lot of dents in it. You guys played in the spring.
Yeah.
What was that like? What was that? Let's talk about that first before we talk about the upcoming season. What was it like to play in the spring and have everything changed around and be like hinging on and not knowing what could happen on a daily basis?
Yeah, I mean, it was difficult for the guys to go through, but, I got to give them a lot of credit because like we said, we just kind of took it one day at a time. And, what was nice about the spring actually was we had like a week in between games, which we're not traditionally used to. You pretty much don't even get a chance to train really when college season is going on. So the good part was we were able to really put together some training sessions and get prepared. And I think it came out in the results. I mean, we only had one loss all spring, and we really had a good year, and kind of got cut short by the pandemic there because we were just about ready to go into the league tournament, and one of our players ended up getting COVID, and we got kind of shut down from the conference tournament. So I think we would have probably gotten at large bid as well, as we finished 20th in the country. But I think because we didn't really get an opportunity to play in the conference tournament, it was a good excuse to kind of knock us out of it. So that part was a bummer. But, the one good thing that came of it as well is just kind of the team bonding and camaraderie that came behind that, and being able to just kind of rally behind all that and just take it one day at a time, 1 week at a time, because we really didn't know, if we were going to be playing, if the other team got COVID, if we got COVID, so it was a little bit of a difficult
thing. It kind of does become that one kind of day at a time, that old cliche, but it really does kind of, it lends itself to that. And I know what it's like, obviously in a college season, as you said, you don't have a lot of time to train. It's just game after game after game, so you guys are probably able to put a lot of, get those kids a lot of tactics and a lot, for lack of a better term, a lot of learning of how to play the college game properly, right?
Yeah, and I think it was good. We got everybody coming back this year because of COVID. You know, all our seniors were allowed to come back actually for an extra year because they obviously. So all of them did. A couple of them passed up on a few pro opportunities to come back for their senior year. Noah Jensen finishes a second-team All-American, and he's been training with the Columbus Crew this week. I know they really like him down there, but he really wants an opportunity to kind of finish what he started. And for us to be able to implement all that stuff over the last year, and then be able to basically bring the entire squad back for this fall, makes for a good thing.
I want to make sure a lot of the viewers understand, maybe if you're not from the Metro Detroit area, Oakland University is traditionally a little bit of a smaller university compared to what, like Michigan State or Michigan that we have here, University of Michigan as we have here in our state. But consistently, you guys are ranked, and you are in the top 25. It's a credit to you and your staff, the recruiting you do, the work you do. Again, consistently, you guys are ranked and a big draw for big players and do a great job with it. So for the viewers out there, I want to speak specifically to the younger kids. Going to a big university, a Michigan State, Ohio State, whatever it may be, that's great, whatever, if that's for you, but don't not look at these smaller schools like Oakland, who are a powerhouse in the soccer world, college soccer world, because you've got coaches like Coach Eric here who consistently have a team in the top 25. It's great to see.
Yeah, I mean, credit to the youth soccer community. We have so many good clubs and good teams and good players here in the Metro Detroit area, and just look at what teams like Kalamazoo Kingdom and Midwest United and all those clubs. So really throughout the whole state of Michigan, there's so many good kids that we're able to, and I kind of like to call Toronto basically Michigan East. So we make a pretty good living there over in with our recruiting over there in Canada. So I mean, credit to the clubs and what's going on around here in Metro Detroit area and all throughout Michigan that we're able to sustain a lot of really good programs, because it's not just, it is the Big Ten, it is the MAC with Western Michigan, it's we got some top Division II programs, Division III programs, NAIA, JUCO. I mean, any league, Michigan teams are always right in there.
Yep, absolutely. Let's talk about your upcoming season here. You guys, you start Monday, right? Monday morning is your first official training, back to probably two a days for a little bit. Yeah,
meetings and all that good stuff on Monday. Can't touch a ball, but and then Tuesday we kick right off with some double sessions, and but we're going to do it a little bit different than we've done in the past, because we did train we've basically been training for a full year straight. And these guys really, almost all of our guys played summer soccer. So, our guys are fit and our guys are sharp, and we have a lot of stuff, like you said, that we've implemented over the last year due to kind of the whole COVID situation. So we're really going to go kind of 2-2-1 off, 2-2-1 off, and kind of built that into our periodization schedule. So I don't think it'll quite be like the days when we were playing with double and triple sessions and fitness tests and all that stuff. But it's really exciting time. It's like Christmas Eve this weekend.
Yeah, exactly. It's always like Christmas Eve right before the season kicks off. I know a lot of the boys are probably ready to get back and get all the new gear for the season as well.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And then the games come thick and heavy. Just looking at your guys' schedule, you open up at Butler on August 26th. Then your home opener is 3 days later against University of Michigan. And then a couple of days later, you travel to Michigan State. The games come thick and heavy real quick.
Yeah. I was talking with our staff, associate coach Paul Doro and assistant coach Kevin Garner, who do a great job for us. And we were just saying, like, takes forever for the season to come. And then once it comes, preseason's over in like 2 seconds. The games start, and then next thing you know, it's Thanksgiving. And you snap your fingers and it's gone. But yeah, I mean, since I was the assistant with Coach Parsons, Oakland's always we've kind of believed that to be the best, you got to play the best, and so we want to put ourselves up against the best competition possible, and there's no better way in the beginning of the season to find out where we are nationally, regionally, to put us up against Butler, Michigan State, and just see where we're at, see what we need to work on heading into the always difficult league season. Doesn't matter who you're playing. When you call it a league game, it's anything can happen.
Yep. And as we said, it's the most exciting part of the season, right? You've got those expectations. You're just ready to get going. As we talked about, you've got quite a few seniors coming back, so you've got a well-led team. Excited about this year? You think you're going to repeat what you did last year?
Yeah, we obviously want to build on that. We didn't get a chance to compete for the league championship, so that's got to be our number one priority, is to win a regular season league championship, and then back that up with a league tournament championship, and then get into the NCAA tournament. But we kind of have this mantra, brick by brick, at Oakland, and that kind of goes with like building a foundation, not only player by player, but session by session, game by game.
Yep.
Can't really get too far ahead of ourselves, and really just kind of learn where we place the next brick based on what we did in the last training session or the last game, and really just kind of focus one game at a time, and that's really going to be our focus. But yeah, I think there's some high expectation level for us, and we want that, we want that, and that's what our program's always been about.
Yep. Is there any game on your schedule that sticks out to you, one that you really want to see? I know you're Western Michigan alum.
Yeah.
Is that it? Or do you love playing against the Michigan States or the University of Michigans? Or is there one game that sticks out to you that you really kind of you're like, I really want to win that one?
Yeah, I'm gonna just say the Butler game sticks out with the brick by brick mentality.
Mm-hmm.
All those are, but one of my good friends, Paul Snape, is the head coach down there, and two good friends, Adam Brew and Jason Perry, are the assistants down there. And so if I'm going to stick with that kind of mentality, then I got to have that mentality for the team as well. So that one kind of sticks out because you want to start out the season well. Yep. You go in there and don't play well, then everyone kind of maybe starts to question you a little bit. So want to play well in that game, and then obviously all the the in-state rivalry games are all, and we always have a great battle with University of Detroit as well. So I don't want to, but yeah, Western, Detroit, Michigan State are always. And I think the Bowling Green game is a big one as well. We got them at home. We got Dayton at home.
Big one.
I
love that answer. I love the answer. If you're going to do it, if you're going to tell your team to do it day by day and brick by brick, that first game. And big shout out there to some of the players, coaches you mentioned who are former players, Jason Perry and Paul Snape, and to your assistant coach there, associate head coach Paul Doro. I played with him quite a few years ago as well.
Yeah, Paul's great. He's done a great job for us, and we obviously wouldn't be able to do it if it wasn't for those guys, and we got quite a this is our 49th year of Oakland soccer. So next year will be big year of 50. So we got a lot planned for next year, but we want to go into that as a champion.
Right.
So, but we got to have a good Monday.
Yep, I love it. Absolutely love the message you're saying and passing on to your players. Well, Coach Eric Pogue from Oakland University. Coach, thank you again for joining. Very much appreciate it. I'm going to wish you luck on every single one of your games this year.
All right.
Except for maybe one.
Maybe one.
Maybe my Spartans can get one over on you guys.
I'll root for you. Don't worry about it. I have no stake in the game. I lived in Rochester, so
you do now. You got the jacket
right here.
now.
Right here.
So,
I could tell people I went to Oakland. I didn't, but I could tell people that.
Tell them, man. We'll go for it for sure. We'll take any fans that we can get, and that'll be a big game. And obviously the Michigan game, I think, will be a huge home draw as well.
And if you guys are in the Metro Detroit area, out at Oakland and Rochester, they're Oakland University. I've been to some of the games. The crowds are pretty fun. It's a good atmosphere and great soccer. As we talked about earlier in this segment, you're going to be watching a team that's going to be nationally ranked in the top 20, 25.
And don't forget that unbelievable field that we got.
I was about to bring that up. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's a brand new field, right? And
it looks like it's brand new because we got our groundskeeper Todd Rajala, who actually is a coach in the Liverpool.
Yep, I know Todd.
So Todd is he does an absolutely. I mean, you guys have probably seen on social media all the different designs he puts into the field, and that's one reason we're able to get a Michigan State, Butler next year, Creighton, Louisville to come play us because they we got such a quality surface, which allows for some pretty unbelievable soccer. So
I will say that field is absolutely phenomenal. Even when I was playing back 20 years ago, we looked.
It's
forward.
The same field too.
Man.
Wow, I thought it was newer.
No,
but
I mean it does. It looks every time I go on it, I think it's brand new. But I mean,
that staff you got over there.
We haven't played on it in a year, so it's the best it's ever. Todd's like it's the best it's ever been, and over probably 25 years.
Wow.
So it's
amazing.
We're pretty blessed. So
yep. Well, thank you again, Coach. Very much appreciate you joining.
It, guys. Thank you.
Thanks.
Good luck this season.
Yeah, thank you.
And kind of tailoring on that, to spin off, I want, Adam, if you could get it queued up. This past week, I interviewed University of Michigan men's head soccer coach, Shaka Daly. We'll show you 2 minutes of that video, and then you can find the rest of that interview and that video on our social channels later today. Go ahead and get that queued up, Adam. Welcome to We Are Soccer. All right, today I've got a very special guest, University of Michigan men's head coach, Coach Shaka Daly. Coach, thank you for joining. Very much appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to talk with us. Welcome to We Are Soccer.
Thanks for having me. Excited to be here.
Awesome. So, listen, this year is going to be very different from last year, as we know, with the pandemic and coming out of that. You guys had a very shortened schedule. I got to imagine entering into, what is it, your 10th season here as the Michigan coach?
Yep. Time flies. Time flies.
Yeah, man, it really does, doesn't it? I remember when you were appointed and reading about that, but it's hard to believe that was 10 years ago. This being your 10th season, getting back on track in the fall here, you got to be looking forward to it because I've seen the team and it looks like you've got a solid team coming back.
Yeah, no, we're definitely excited about what's to come here at Michigan Soccer. Like you said, we've still been a work in progress. Even being here almost 10 years, I think 9 years, 10 seasons. We've evolved a lot and learned a lot about the local community, the club situation, the rivalries in the Big Ten, certainly the rivalry with the local players, Michigan State, et cetera. But it's been exciting, and we continue to be more and more excited every year that we get a grasp of our program and where we're growing.
Yeah, it's let's talk about that rivalry a little bit, especially the one with you guys, the University of Michigan and Michigan State. I'm a former Spartan, as you know, and the winner of that game takes home the Big Bear Trophy. And Michigan, you guys have had the Big Bear for 5 years in a row now. I gotta hope my Spartans step up a little bit this year and get that back from you. But every time you play Michigan State, the last 5 years, it's been a very close game, 1-goal games. I think there was one game you guys won 2-0, and other than that, it's been 1-0 or 2-1. That's quite the rivalry, and I know a lot of people in the state of Michigan look forward to that game. Can you talk a little bit about that rivalry with Michigan State? All right, so as you can see, I spoke to Coach Shaka Daly, the University of Michigan men's soccer coach there. That was a 2-minute snippet of my interview. The rest of that interview can be found on the We Are Soccer social channels. Those will be up later today. Thank you again to Coach Eric Pogue from Oakland University, the men's head soccer coach over there. Both those clubs, University of the teams, the University of Michigan and Oakland University, consistently ranked in the top 20, 25. The amount of soccer we have here in Michigan and the high levels we have here, if you guys don't know, you need to. It's phenomenal. We have some great players returning out. Kind of taking a little bit further down the path on that, I am joined today by two players. Not one, but two from Detroit City FC. I am lucky enough to be joined by Patricio Pato Botello Faz. Pato, as they know you, right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. And we also have Armando Cazetta. Is I pronounce that right?
That is perfect.
Oh, I appreciate it. Boys, thank you so much for joining. All right, you guys have a big game coming up tonight, right? It kicks off the first game of the fall season for you guys. Just so everybody's aware, NISA kind of breaks up their summer season. There's a spring season and a fall season. The spring season had unanimous champions, which was you guys, right?
That's correct.
I was at that game. It was the LA Force, right? Is that who you guys played? 1-0 victory. The celebration afterwards was absolutely unbelievable. A party in Detroit is what happens.
Oh yeah, I can testify to that.
Oh man, it was so fun to be there. So they break up the season. There's a spring season. Now the fall season kicks off today. So Detroit City FC is playing at home tonight against Chicago House AC. The AC stands for Athletic Club, I believe. 7:30 kickoff at Keyworth Stadium. Get there. If you don't have tickets, you can find them at debtcityfc.com. Pato, kind of the star man in that first part of the season there. 5 goals, played in 12 games. Enjoyable season. Did you accomplish your personal goals in the season that you were going for? What were your thoughts there?
Yeah, I mean, I came to Detroit because I knew they were a winning team, first of all, so I was pretty familiar with the club itself, right? So I knew it was a winning club, and that was my first priority. I wanted to win this year, so that was my personal goal, just win a championship with Detroit, and then everything else just came. You know, when you win as a team, you get recognized in the individual standpoint as well, so that just happened.
Did you know about Detroit City FC? Because I believe in 2019 you played with the Lansing Ignite team, correct?
Yeah.
And man, I watched some of the highlights the other day from that season. You put some balls in the back of the net and were quite the standout player. Did you know at that point, obviously you knew about Detroit, is that one of the reasons you were up there and then you decided upon coming to Detroit because of that? You knew about them?
Yeah, I knew of Detroit when I was in Lansing. That's the first time I heard of it, yeah. Because they played a Mexican team, I think Atlas or something that year.
We beat them 2-1.
Yeah, they beat Atlas 2-1. So I heard about Detroit, and I kind of followed along. I had a few friends that play here, and then my roommate Maxi signed this season, so I talked to him as well before me signing here. So yeah, everything just kind of worked out. But yeah, I mean, 2 years was the first time I heard from Detroit. Yeah.
Lovely. How are you liking Detroit? Metro Detroit's a nice area.
I love Detroit.
Yeah,
I love Detroit.
Gets a bad rap from people who've never been here.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, from the first day I got here, I was like, this is completely different than what I expected, and not just. I mean, obviously the club is great, the fans are great, but the city itself is really, really nice.
Yeah, lovely, love it. All right. How do you like the Northern Guard? How do you like playing in front of the Northern Guard fans?
It makes
is it nuts?
It makes the game day experience just a whole nother level.
Yeah.
I've played at different places. I've played in San Antonio. They have a really good fan base. I've played in Greenville, South Carolina, where they have a great fan base there as well. But Detroit, it's just
it's next level.
Yeah, there's clubs here, and then there's the Northern Guard. They're just on a tier above their own. It's insane. They know your name. They know where you're from. They're interested in your interests. Yeah. You could sit down and talk to them, and they know your life instantly. It's kind of weird, you know.
All right, so it is very. So I don't know if you guys know. I played for Detroit City way back when they first started up. I was one of the first players on the official team. So I know about the Northern Guard, but it went from like the Northern Guard to the Northern Guard, and it is. You're right. They know your name. They know where you're from. They love talking to you, and you're like, have I met you before? It's crazy.
I was like, nuts. I don't think I know you, dude.
And once you're in the family of the Northern Guard, you're there forever, man. Yeah. They're so nice. It is so fun to be a part of that. Let's talk about playing. Obviously, Nate Steinwash is the #1 goalie at the moment. He's taken up a little bit of the minutes there. Are you kind of just biding your time, learning behind the scenes a little bit? You've got into some games and you've played well when you've been in there, but it's got to be a little tough as Nate is the #1 goalie, correct?
Absolutely, but I was here in 2019 for my first stint here, and then one of the things that I left the club with was my relationship with Nate. You know, when you're at certain clubs, especially as a goalkeeper, you know, you're in direct competition with, you know, with the person ahead of you, and you want to get some playing time. But the difference with Nate and I is that we have a fantastic relationship off the field and on the field. Nice. He's been with Detroit forever. He's a club legend, right? I mean, he's really proved it on the field. So there's nothing but respect there. And now that I've came back to the club, I'm here to help the team. I'm here to help him. He's there to help me, right? We train every day, and I'm trying to get better. He's trying to get better, and that's all that matters. We're having fun. I've been in situations where that's not the case, where I'm not having fun, where the relationship isn't there, and that's not.
That's not here, huh? That's not how it works here.
That's not how it works here. So Nate's an outstanding guy. He just had a baby, so he's has a
that's
newborn
right.
this
Big
week.
shout out to Nate.
To Noah.
That's
so
right.
He's part of the family now, part of the CFC. So I'm sure he'll end up playing for the club eventually. Maybe.
Exactly. I do want to hit upon that because I was out. I've been out to a lot of the games this year. I can attest to the fact that you've been on the sidelines kind of warming up and doing your thing, and every time there's a huge save, you are the first one up and clapping, right? So Nate makes a big save. You're up there, you're clapping, you're cheering him on. It's not just kind of, it's not BS you're laying out here or a one-liner type, we're close, we're cool, I want him to do well. I can attest to that because I've seen you 100% clapping on the team. And it's tough when you're a player because you want to be on the field, but you want your team to do well. So it's been great to see. God, I was. It might have been at the LA Force game. I was standing along the sideline, and a lot of the guys who were on the bench for Detroit City FC were kind of warming up. And you guys are just cheering your teammates on, and you know it is so good to see because. Coach Trevor's done a pretty good job this year of rotating players in. I was looking at a lot of the stats last night, and there's some players who I want to say there's 2 or 3, maybe 4 players who've started every single game. But other than that, there's on a rotational basis. Coach is getting a lot of players, a lot of minutes because, as a good coach knows, you're going to need that later in the season. So as it comes down, you know, maybe someone goes down with an injury, and if someone hasn't played in the season, it's going to be tough for them to jump in and pick it right back up. So it is great to see Coach doing that. It's great to see you guys as players cheering those teammates on because you know you're going to get minutes. It's what's training like? Is training pretty tough? Because I know you guys train 4 or 5 days a week. Is training tough, or you know, what's that like?
It's intense. I think it's intense. Everybody just wants to be better every day, and you know you don't get to win games without training hard. So I think Trevor has a great mindset of when to train and how to train certain days of the week. You know, when he gets closer to game day, obviously you tone it down a little bit, but when the week starts, you know, everybody's going hard, 100% in everything we do, from the warm up to the passing drills to 7v7, 11, whatever we do is pretty intense.
Nice. What's it like being with Coach Trevor? Is you kind of just trying to soak everything up? Is he a good coach? Do you love playing for him? He's a legend, man. The guys he's played for and coached with, it's a big name in the game.
I mean, obviously I knew of Trevor before, coming to Detroit. You know who he is just because of his background and everything he's done for the game. But I mean, I love playing for him. I think he took a chance on me, and I'm forever grateful with him and Tiffany for that. And I think they put a great team together. Touching on what you were saying earlier, it's hard to bring in players and everybody just getting along with each other from different teams and places and stuff. To have a team when you're not playing, they're cheering on you and stuff, because sometimes you're playing and you're like, well, I know that guy doesn't want me to do good because he wants to play, right? To where here everybody just wants you to do good. It doesn't matter if you're starting or coming off the bench. It's a different culture, and that's why I love it so much here as well.
It sounds like a real family atmosphere, and you guys are building upon that. I assume the expectations for the fall season here are nothing but winning. It's just win every single game, go out there, compete, win, and then another championship, right? So as the Northern Guard says, we'll win another trophy and throw it on the pile, right? That's got to be the goal, and nothing short of that, right?
I mean, that's the culture. I mean, that's why you're here. That's why you're a professional.
Right.
Trevor picks players that he sees that mentality. Like, he needs to see that in you, or you're not here for that same reason. The roster's, made out of players that there's 18 starters, right? He says that in our pre-games a lot. Whoever's on the bench could easily start on any team in the league, right? And then having that depth, having that support like he talks about from your teammates, establishing the culture that winning is the only option here in Detroit, right? So that makes it fun. The pressure's on, right? You get at home and it's not like, oh, well, we'll get a tie, or even in away games, we're not going to an away field and be like, well, we can leave here with the tie and we're happy with that. It's just, that's not what Trevor's instilled in this team, and there's a reason he's been so successful, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, if you're not convinced yet, I don't know what to tell you, but the culture at Detroit City FC is second to none. I've been inside the locker room a little bit, and I've talked to the coaches, I've talked to a lot of the players, and as these guys said, it's winning. It's winning or nothing, but it's a family atmosphere, and they're cheering each other on. If you haven't been to one of the games, you need to, because it's a hell of a time. It's a great atmosphere, good time to be part of. Get your tickets for each game at debtcityfc.com. Boys, I know there's a big game coming up tonight, so I'm sure you're going to be heading off, getting some food in you, and then taking a little nap and getting ready for that. I do want to say thank you very much, Armando and Pato, for dropping by. Very much appreciate it. We will see you out there, and good luck tonight, boys.
No, appreciate it. Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that's going to wrap us up for another edition of We Are Soccer. Again, another segment. We could have gone hours into the making there, because there's so much to talk about. We're not allowed that much time, but we could do it. We'll do it again next week. Big thank you to Woodward Sports and Adam, the producer behind the scenes. Thank you, Adam. Big thank you to our sponsors and friends: Detroit City FC, Michigan Jaguars, Tim Merritt with Ross Mortgage, Superior Family Dental, and Next Level Training. They're all very good people, all great companies. I give you my word on that. Do me a favor, make sure you like all of the We Are Soccer social channels. We're on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you name it, we're on it. All right, guys, until next week, we'll see you later. Cheers.